This week on Storyboard, we speak to Ravi Desai, Director, Mass and Brand Marketing, Amazon India, about their Great Indian Festival campaign for Amazon and find out about his brand's preparation for the festive season. We also speak to Harriet Green, General Manager, Watson Internet of Things, Customer Engagement and Education, IBM, about the changes in the Indian retail market and how their very own Watson technology and AI help the retailers connect better with the consumers. And Nokia says that this Diwali, the best gift you can give anyone is yourself. Hello and welcome to Storyboard. This is Shibani Gharat. Amazon India has started preparing for Diwali many days back. Festive season is also the time when consumers shop a lot. How is Amazon making the best out of this peak season? Let's hear this conversation that we had with Ravi Desai, Director, Mass and Brand Marketing, Amazon India, to find out.
So Ravi, tell me about the campaign to begin with.
Anant, the campaign thought that we have this time around is around Tyohar ki taiyari, and the core thought there is Karo milke taiyari to Tyohar lagta hai, right? This is based on the insight that when you look at this part of the year, there are a number of festivals that get sort of crammed into a 45 to 60-day period, starting off with, let's say, Raksha Bandhan, and then building up all the way through Dussehra, Navratri, and then of course the grand one, which is Diwali.
Right.
And one of the insights we picked up was around how in today's India, lots of people are actually staying apart from their families. But there is always this excitement building up towards maybe going home for Diwali or visiting their parents, visiting their, their relationships back at the time of Diwali. And we as Amazon actually offer you a unique way in which you can actually prepare for the festival, buy the stuff that you have always earmarked for Diwali, despite being in different cities, despite being away from each other, so that the real time that you get with your loved ones is spent on celebrating Diwali as opposed to going out to the market and trying to shop the things that you would like.
Right. So now tell me, we are used to seeing in the e-com space these 3-4 huge peaks in a year,
right.
And this is your biggest peak, I would imagine.
Right.
Correct me if I'm wrong.
Right.
So tell me, is the business going to rely on these huge peaks, or did it do so in the brick and mortar world?
A couple of points here. One is, in the brick and mortar world also you find these end of season sales coming in. If you look at especially on the apparel side, you typically find twice a year, thrice a year sales period coming in. Now, coming back to our model, this particular time of the year is a natural time when Indians are known to shop a lot, right? And therefore it made natural sense for us to participate in what was otherwise a shopping activity that was happening in their lives in any case, right? As far as the other peaks go, they do serve a purpose. They have served a purpose thus far. Let's see how that pans out going forward.
Now, for the first time, this time, you're running in parallel a campaign for the Hindi heartland,
right,
and a campaign in Tamil.
Right. It's. I think what you're referring to is the South campaign and the North campaign. It's not just the Tamil campaign, but the South campaign is a different one.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. So tell me, why have you decided to do this and split it up and?
Yeah. So, see, the way we work is, for any campaign that we pick up, we try and root it on Indian insights, right? And that really is behind some of the work that we have done even in the past. If you think of campaigns like Aur Dikhao, Apni Dukaan, all of these are based on Indian insights. When we looked at building this campaign, one of the biggest things that came back to us from consumers was that Diwali, its interpretations, its celebration is very different in different parts of the country, right? Forget celebrations, even what it is called is different. So the South Indian consumers typically call this Deepavali, as opposed to North India referring to it as Diwali. The other big difference was in the customs and the rituals around the celebration of Diwali, right? So for South, this festival starts very early in the morning, whereas in the North, it's typically a second half of the day kind of a festival, right? Diwali is Diwali only in the night when the lights go on and so on. There are diyas that you sort of light up to decorate your homes when it is coming to the north of India. There are different kinds of lamps that are decorated when it is, let's say, in the south of India. Now, and some of these are very tangible ways in which Diwali is celebrated and called. At the intangible level as well, we realize that what relationships mean, the role that Diwali plays in bringing people together, the whole Tyohar ki taiyari that I referred to in the earlier context is really different when it comes to these two parts of the country. And that really is reflected in the way we have taken these insights and crafted literally a parallel campaign. So the story doesn't change a lot if you see both. but they are literally running in parallel. So we believe that the southern campaign contextualizes the celebration of Diwali and Tyohar ki taiyari for south of India, whereas the northern campaign does justice to that for the north.
Right. Ravi, in the old world, the digital pre-internet era,
right,
you could see the palpable tension in the retail trade, just before a big sale period, shall we say, whether it was end of season or whether it was a Diwali sale or whatever it was.
Right.
Simply because it's so important to their bottom lines.
Right.
Now, so it is with you. You're looking very calm in front of me. So how important is this period for you?
Right.
And what else are you going to be doing other than what I've seen so far, which is the TV and the outdoor? What else are you doing from a marketing standpoint?
Sure. Okay. Let me take that in two parts. How important is it for us? We at Amazon believe working customer backwards. And this is, like I said, a period which is rooted in customer lives, right? So they want us to be ready for us to be able to serve their requirements in this crucial part of the year, right? So in a single sentence, this is a critical part of the year for us, right? What are we doing going beyond what you have seen so far? So you've seen television inputs, you've seen outdoor. We will be present on print during the particular days of the sale. We're also doing a whole host of interesting stuff on the digital space. For example, if you are a Prime member, and I hope you are, you will actually be able to access our sale 12 hours prior to the rest of our customer base, right? So for the rest of India, our sale starts on 21st. For Prime members, you are able to access...
21st, you mean 21st September?
21st of September, that's right. 21st September, midnight of 21st September, right? So the midnight between 20th night and 21st morning. Right. If you're a Prime member, however, you are actually privileged and you get access to the sale 12 hours prior to the rest of the customer base, right? Which means that then you have access to all the deals, you have access to all our selection, 160 million plus products available to you, 2.5 million plus products available to you for next day delivery, literally 12 hours prior to the rest of the country. What we are also doing innovatively is, specifically, let's say a publisher like Facebook, we would be amongst the first few brands who are actually able to place an ad unit in Facebook Messenger. Right? And that becomes again contextual. If you're a Prime member and using Facebook on the 20th, you will be served an ad from our side saying, hey, Prime members can now start accessing this sale right from 12 noon right now. We are also doing another notification innovation that we had earlier used in our own history in the past with Google, where we are actually adding a Google Calendar notification for the start of the sale to be notified. Right. So if you were to click on that ad unit, you can actually go and mark our sale almost as an event in your calendar, so that you get notified at the right time, right? So some of these are the other innovations. Of course, we are using radio, we are using, like you said, outdoor, print, television. And in fact, on television, just a couple of more points, you will have seen a story arc form now. Right? So this is the story of a sibling, a brother, sister who are about to visit home for Diwali. As you see over the next few weeks leading to the actual Diwali, you'll see this story unfold and how Amazon is playing a role in their lives in bringing them selection, bringing them convenient access to products, bringing them great prices as they are sort of fulfilling this Tyohar ki taiyari as they build up towards their Diwali.
So finally, let's talk about the category. How important, it's not just Amazon, you need the category itself sees this as a very important phase of the year.
Right.
So what do you think will happen to the category itself during this Diwali sale? Each Diwali sale is, I guess, seen a better Diwali than the previous year, but how important is this Diwali?
Right.
What do you see happening? And especially with the explosion of smartphones, I think in the last year, more consumers are adopting digital payments.
Right.
All these elements put together, what do you think will happen?
Right. I see a couple of interesting plays this Diwali. One is, like you mentioned rightly, the whole play of digital payments, right? We ourselves with Amazon Pay have an equivalent play here as well. We are offering some interesting sweeteners over and above what we already have as deals for customers, specifically for customers who use Amazon Pay as a convenient, fast, reliable and safe way of making a payment on the Amazon platform. So I think digital payments, and especially payments which are as seamlessly integrated back into the platform like ours is, will probably have a huge role to play. That's going to be one interesting development this year versus the past. Like you rightly said, this is an interesting part of the year because, literally through the year you are wanting to build up towards this period, which is also a natural festive shopping period for customers. To that extent, I can only speak about ourselves. We've prepared literally through the year to be able to serve customers at scale this particular Diwali. And we are looking forward to having probably the biggest shopping Diwali-led season for Amazon in our history in India.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Ravi. All the best.
Thank you very much. Thanks a lot.
It is time for us to take a short break. When we return, we speak to Harriet Green, General Manager, Watson Internet of Things, Customer Engagement and Education, IBM, about how they are helping retailers engage better with their consumers.